Today we're going to be taking a look at the Medicom MAFEX Venom and comparing it to the knockoff Medicom MAFEX Venom. Full disclosure, this MAFEX Venom is actually the new version of the figure, the re-release, so that's why the package is arranged a little bit differently. But other than that, the only real difference between the two figures, from what I hear, is that the older version is a shinier sort of finish, whereas the newer version has a matte kind of finish. So I don't condone buying knockoff figures. I technically got this guy for free, so I thought it'd be interesting to see the differences between the two. Already, by just looking at the package, you could see that the knockoff is missing half of the MAFEX logo and the Medicom Toys logo at the bottom. The knockoff is also missing the Marvel logo on the left side. The right side of the package on both is virtually the same, as is the top of the package, with the exception of the fake missing the Marvel logo on the right corner. And on the left side of the package, with the real one on the left and the fake one on the right, you could see that the fake is still missing the rest of the MAFEX logo, and it's also missing that barcoded sticker from Medicom MAFEX. And with the fake in the bottom, you could see it's missing some Medicom Toys information, as well as it's missing the uncopyable sticker. Alright, let's open these guys up. Alright, here we go with both of them out of the packaging, with the real on the right and the fake on the left. As you could probably already tell, I already have a break in the left wrist peg of the fake, so already not too impressed with it, but we're going to take a closer look at the paint apps and the way the articulation works and see if it's still worth it. Now let's ignore the break in the wrist on the fake for a second and take a look at these two side by side. You can see that the real is a lot taller than the fake MAFEX figure. I also noticed a lot of the proportions are really off on this figure. Some of the joints look to be the same size as the real figure, and then some of them are significantly smaller. You could already see it a little bit just looking at them side by side that the fake looks kind of awkward. Especially in person, it looks real awkward compared to the real version. You could see slight differences in the shoulders and the bicep. It is not too far off, but it's still a little bit smaller on the fake than it is on the real. Of course, moving down, you could see it a lot more on the bicep. The scale is kind of all off on the fake, really, especially in height. It's quite a lot shorter. Yeah, just most of the limbs are almost completely out of scale. As you probably already noticed, on the fake version, there is a lot more of a shimmer and a shine to the paint, whereas the real version has a kind of matte finish. That could be because this is a re-release. I heard that the older release has a more of a shimmer to it, whereas the new release has more of a matte finish. That could be the reason, as this bootleg is based off of the original figure and not this reprint. So let's take a look at each figure's paint detail individually, starting with the fake. Now, as to be expected with fake MAFEX figures, the paint is not great in any way. You could see the paint from the teeth bleeding through to the tongue, and not just bleeding a little bit, that is directly through there. That looks, yeah, that's really off. Surprisingly, the paint on the eyes isn't terrible. And looking at the front here, they kind of butchered this top region of the chest there. You could see, yeah, it's a little off center and it looks pretty bad. Going right over to the figure's right side, our left side, you could see that the leg doesn't connect at the bottom here, which is not good at all. It's pretty bad. The back is a little bit cleaner than the front. You can see a little bit of bleeding right there through the other side, right over here. And they also didn't hit it right to the tips of where the two legs come out, the top of the spider logo, but overall not horrible on the back. And the rest of the body has this sort of blue sheen running through it, which there is quite a bit of blue sheen. I feel like there's a lot more on this than there was on the original figure. Just from what I've seen from pictures, this looks like there's quite a bit more blue sheen on this. And it's still got the Marvel logo on it, surprisingly. And of course the wrist broke off. I actually have half of the wrist, the half that didn't break, right here. So that's what that looks like. But yeah, the other side snapped off. As to be expected with a fake, you're gonna have quite a bit of breaks and loose parts. Surprisingly, for a KO, it is not as loose as you would think it'd be. It's a little loose in the abdomen, but other than that, the body is pretty sturdy. It's a decently sturdy figure. So, you know, it's not horrible, but you're certainly not getting quality with this purchase. And the head does just pop off right at that ball peg there. So yeah, I think when they produced this, they made the ball peg a little bit too small, and it does pop right off the head. It won't, like, if you shake it around, it won't pop off, but if you just kind of give it even the smallest bit of force, it's gonna pop off. The alternate head looks to be a little bit high up on the body, and I don't think it's actually popped all the way on there. I can't, giving it a lot of force, I can't really get it much more on there, and it does still pop off. So, you know, that's not great. And taking a look at the paint on the alternate head sculpt, the white of the eyes isn't bad as it was with the other head sculpt. You could see there's some bleeding in the teeth there from the white paint bleeding down, and also at the top of the lip, upper lip here. So that's not great, and the head pops off. And something interesting about these head sculpts, you could see that with the fake on the left and the real on the right, the jaws are actually almost the exact same size, but the top of the head, these are two different pieces as well. The top of the head on the fake is a little bit smaller than the real version. Also, I noticed that the jaw isn't properly glued in on the fake, so it hangs a little bit lower. And they both come with the exact same accessories, so if it's okay with you guys, I'm just going to stick to the original Medicom MAFEX Venom and show you everything he comes with. This Venom comes with a pair of fist hands, a pair of wall crawling hands, a pair of slightly sprawled out hands, gripping hands, smaller gripping hands for webs, and magnetic hands and feet. He also comes with a closed mouth, smiling, grinning head, and an Eddie Brock head, which looks miles better than the fake version. Wow, look at that. He also comes with 4 of these McFarlane-esque web accessories, this being based off Venom's first appearance. It makes sense that he'd come with webs like this. They're pretty cool. The original or the fake version also comes with these. In hand, the quality is definitely not there on the fake version, as to be expected. Now let's take a look at the paint detailing for the original MAFEX Venom. Now, as to be expected, the paint is a lot better on the actual MAFEX Venom. It's a lot cleaner. The blues on the suit are not as vibrant. They're a little more set into the suit. The way light bounces off this figure is actually really cool. In super dark lighting, he looks almost black. But if you put him in these bright lights like I have here, you could see the blue tones come out quite a bit. The paint detailing on the logo is a lot cleaner. However, in spots, it's still a little smudgy. You could see in that third leg down in the corner there, it's smudged. Also, the paint didn't reach all the way up into the antenna on the white spider symbol, which is a little frustrating, but the paint does go all the way around on this figure, and it's super clean in the back. So no complaints there. And of course, the paint on the face is a lot nicer as well. The white is a lot more vibrant on this figure, I noticed, compared to the knockoff. I think it's just more coats applied to this figure compared to the knockoff. But you could see that there is no paint bleeding on the mouth. It's all very clean, very pristine. The tongue there is not bleeding into the teeth, which is great. As well as on the grinning head sculpt, the paint detailing is really well done, really crisp, really clean. On all the hands as well, the white kind of square he has on the back of his hand is very clean on each and every single one of the hands. Yeah, just overall for paint detailing, this figure looks amazing. Other than the antenna on the top of the symbol in the front. That's really my only complaint. The figure looks really good and it handles really well. It's a little bit heavier, it's a little bit girthier than the fake too, from what I could tell, and it is a very stiff figure. The head doesn't pop off like the bootleg. It's just very well engineered, very well made. Of course, you expect this from companies like MAFEX. They make pretty excellent, pretty realistic looking figures with great articulation. And here they both are next to two of the other MAFEX Spider-Man figures that I own. You can see that even the actual MAFEX Venom is just a little bit too short. I would like him to be just a bit taller, and obviously the fake is just way too small. And here they both are next to an average Marvel Legend. This is the Symbiote Spider-Man, the Monster Venom, and the old Toy Biz Venom from the Spider-Man Classics line. Obviously they don't fit into scale with Marvel Legends. The actual MAFEX Venom is kind of an awkward height for this, and the fake Venom is just way too small. So all in all, yeah, the fake is, I wouldn't say it's worth the money. This is around $40 on eBay if you really want to buy a fake version of the figure. You know, it's you get what you paid for. It's broken. The paint is bleeding, but that's an easy fix if you know how to paint. And just it's a bit goofy, completely out of scale. I don't know. I just don't think it's worth spending that $40 for. You could save that $40, turn it into $90, and buy the real version. That's it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is my first review on the channel, so it's maybe a little bit rough, so I apologize for that, but I'm hoping to get better. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.